Today, I rank every enchantment in Minecraft. Let's get started. Coming in at 39, aka the worst enchantment in the game, is Bane of Arthropods. This enchantment, it's a joke. Who thought it was a good idea to do extra damage to spiders, silverfish? That's literally it. Just use Sharpness, it's so outclassed by Sharpness and Smite. Horrible enchantment. At number 38, we have Projectile Protection. All this does is slightly reduce damage against arrows. Just use regular protection or a shield. It beats Projectile Protection any day of the week. At number 37, we have Curse of Binding. This is just a troll. It's only used to prank your friends and to ruin their day. At number 36, we have Curse of Vanishing. It's less of a threat than Curse of Binding because it doesn't really affect hardcore or keep inventory players, but it still sucks and it's still useful. At number 35, we have Fire Protection. It protects you against lava, which is good because it's one of the most common ways to die in Minecraft, and it is better than Projectile Protection. However, it's just one of the 3 downgrades of regular protection. At 34, we have Blast Protection. Again, it's one of the few protections that protects you against something useful, being explosions, because explosions is a common death. However, again, it's one of the 3 worst versions of regular protection. Number 33, we have Frostwalker. This is actually a really fun enchantment, however, it is completely outclassed by Depth Strider, and it doesn't have an off switch, so it messes up a lot of builds and redstone machines. At number 32, we have Infinity. This is a very overrated enchantment in my opinion. A stack of arrows should be fine on the run. Plus, it doesn't work with tipped arrows, doesn't work with crossbows, and you're going to get a bunch of spare arrows from a skeleton or raid farm, so you might as well put them to good use. At number 31, we have Lure. This is put on fishing rods to catch fish faster, which I guess is pretty useful. However, there are better options for getting food. At number 30, we have Luck of the Sea, which basically increases your fishing luck, giving you more enchanted books and more enchanted bows and stuff like that. It is a very good enchantment, however, villagers are just better for getting stuff like that. At number 29, we have Soul Speed, which makes you move a lot faster on soul sand and soul soil. The only reason it isn't higher is it drains your ability very fast, and it only works on 2 blocks, which are only found in the Nether. At number 28, we have Channeling. This is put on tridents and makes it so lightning strikes whenever you throw it. It's a good enchantment, but once again, is way too circumstantial. It only works during rain and thunderstorms. However, since it is a very good gimmick, although it's circumstantial, I will put it a bit higher. At number 27, we have Smite. Smite does more damage than Sharpness, but only to undead mobs, like skeletons, zombies, etc. Now, unlike Bane of Arthropods, there are 2 mobs that Smite does a better job killing than Sharpness: Wardens and Withers. This does give Smite a viable use. However, it is still outclassed by Sharpness, so I can't rank it that high, but it's still a solid enchantment. At number 26, we have Silk Touch. To be honest, I don't really think there's much viable uses for Silk Touch, only building. However, you can use turd legs for gold farms, and you can use beehives to get honey blocks for redstone contraptions, so I guess it's pretty good. To be honest, it doesn't have the most viable uses in the world, so it's not going the highest. However, it's still a good enchantment. At number 25, we have Feather Falling. Feather Falling reduces a bit of fall damage. It's good, however, regular protection already reduces enough fall damage, but combining the 2 together, meaning you're probably never going to die from heights again, so it's a good enchantment. At number 24, we have Punch. Punch is basically knockback for bows, and it's either really good or really bad. It's really good when you're in the sky or on a cliff and you knock someone off with it, causing them to die from fall damage. But it's really, really bad when you're chasing someone and you knock them back with it further away from you, thus harder to kill. Overall, it's a pretty good enchantment. At 23, we have Knockback, which is basically Punch but for a sword, like I said before. It kind of has the same ups and downs as Punch, so I'll put it here. At 22, we have Aqua Affinity, which helps you mine faster underwater. This is a good strength because you can quickly dig away if someone is chasing you underwater, and if they don't have it, they'll be slowed down. This is also a slight bit of help in ocean monuments, so it's going here. It's a good enchantment. Use Aqua Affinity. Right next to Aqua Affinity in 21, we have Respiration. Respiration allows for you to breathe a lot longer underwater, kind of like water breathing, but you don't need it, because you can stay underwater with this enchantment for like 40 seconds. The only reason it isn't higher is because the enchantments coming up are a lot better than Respiration, but this is a really useful enchantment, so I suggest having it on your helmet. At 20 we have Multi-Shot. Multi-Shot's interesting. It can give you triple value out of fireworks, tipped arrows, even regular arrows. If you go really close up to somebody, you can make sure all the arrows hit, which is great value for an enchantment, so I suggest using it. At number 19 we have Piercing. The main reason this is really useful is because after your arrow has pierced through an entity, you can go behind it and get the arrow back. This is really useful for the early game because you might not have infinite arrows back then, so this really helps you out. And if you ever do get a scenario where two of your enemies are lined up perfectly, you can get a neat little double kill. So overall, it's very important for the early game, and I suggest having it on a crossbow over Multi-Shot. In 18 we have Sweeping Edge. Now this is a very good enchantment for taking on groups, and even if it's its only purpose, it is very good at it, so I'll give it that. For number 17, this has Thorns, and it is a bit outclassed by Fire Aspect, because Fire Aspect not only damages your enemy, but also blocks their screen. But when someone hits you, it is good to get some damage on them without ever doing anything, so Thorns is a useful enchantment. Some people think it sucks for no reason, but trust me, it's good. At number 16, we have Impaling. Impaling kind of varies between the two versions you play on. It's very good on Bedrock, but very bad on Java. On Bedrock, it does extra damage to anything in water or rain. But on Java, it only does extra damage to any aquatic mobs, like guardians, pufferfish, dolphins, etc. Since it's really good on one and really bad on the other, I kind of put it in the middle. We're starting to get to the good enchantment, starting at 15 with Depth Strider. Depth Strider allows you to move a lot faster in water, which is a massive advantage for long distance chases. It's also a very good enchantment in general, just being able to move faster. Some would say use a boat, but this is still good if you don't have a boat, so in my opinion, it's one of the better enchantments in the game. At number 14, we have Quick Charge. This is a very underrated enchantment. Using this, you can actually load your crossbow faster than a bow at max charge. So although you might not have power, you have ammo very quickly, making this a very good enchantment. At number 13, the underrated enchantments continue with Swift Sneak. Swift Sneak is the only unrenewable enchantment in the entire game, and there's a good reason too, because this allows you to hide your name while moving at a decent speed. Some would say just use an invisibility potion, but half the Minecraft community doesn't even know how to make an invisibility potion. So this is a very useful enchantment, and I suggest going through an entire Ancient City raid just to get this. At number 12 we have Loyalty. This makes your trident into a throwable netherite sword, which has a lot of potential. Its only weakness is the void in the end, because it won't return to you. Number 11 we have Looting. This is very important for getting rare drops like Wither Skulls or Ender Pearls, and if you're lucky you'll get multiple of them as well. Well, not Wither Skulls, but any mob you kill with this you'll get a lot of their drops, like 5 bones from a skeleton, which is insane value from an enchantment, so it's a very good enchantment. We're going into the top 10, starting with Flame. Flame is a very good enchantment. This is damaging your opponent a lot and blocking half their screen, leaving them unable to do much. Unless they have a water bucket, this is keeping them on fire for like at least 4 or 5 seconds, giving you about 2.5 hearts of damage per hit, which is amazing value for an enchantment. Use Flame. Following Flame at number 9, we have Fire Aspect. This is just Flame but for a sword, so it kind of has the same strengths and weaknesses as Flame, so I'll put it here. At number 8 we have Power. This increases your damage so much on a bow. Power 5 can do 12.5 hearts to an opponent. That is not fair, and why Power is ranked number 8 on the enchantment list. At number 7 we have Sharpness. If you put Sharpness 5 on a netherite axe with a strength 2 potion, it can one-shot a player in full iron armor. It's also a very good enchantment all around. You can basically take out most mobs in the game in a single crit. Such a good enchantment. Way better than Smite and Bane of Arthropods. At number 6, we have Efficiency. Efficiency is easily one of the best enchantments in the entire game. It makes you mine things a lot quicker, which, as simple as it is, it's super effective. This is amazing for digging big holes. You can even mine block faster than creative mode if you put it on the right tool, and with haste too, you can basically insta-mine anything in the game. This is such a good enchantment. At number 5, we have Protection. A full suit of protection 4 diamond or netherite armor means you're basically immortal. You can live in lava, fall damage does nothing to you anymore, and creepers barely even exist. At number 4, we have Fortune. This is so much value out of an enchantment. The fact that you can get 4 diamonds from a single ore is insane. Plus in 1.17, they did the same for iron and gold, adding in their raw variant, so this works for them too. This is such a good enchantment. Get Fortune, please. You won't regret it. At number 3, we have Mending. You never need to worry about your tools or armor breaking ever again because you can just heal them with XP. The fact that you can get this from villagers for like 10 or 12 emeralds is insane. This needs to be nerfed. At number 2, we have Unbreaking. The reason this is better than Mending is because it gives you value immediately with extra durability by tripling it with Unbreaking 3 instead of waiting to get XP later. Put this on everything now. There's no limitations with any enchantments, like if you put Infinity on a bow, you can't put Mending on it. But with Unbreaking, you never need to worry about any of that because you can put it on anything regardless. Get this enchantment as fast as you can because your tools will literally never break ever again. And now we're at number 1. What is my pick for the best enchantment in Minecraft? This enchantment has carried me through multiple scenarios, is extremely versatile, one of the funnest enchantments ever, it's underrated, and my pick for the best enchantment in Minecraft. That enchantment is Riptide. This blasts you about 30 blocks in the air, synergizing amazingly with Elytra, Rain, and the Water Bucket. With Rain and the Elytra together, it's one of the fastest forms of travel, might even be the fastest form of travel in Minecraft. Who cares if it can't be used in the Nether? Get this now, it's so good. Trust me, you won't regret it. This is my pick for the best enchantment in the game. Anyway, those are my opinions. This is my tier list, and I'll see you in the next one.